Hello, this is Mark Ian Griffin. Um, Let me go ahead and get things set up so you can see the little presentation that I have. This is all about our website service. I like doing the presentation because I feel like it gives you a better rundown. What I don't like to do is just send you like a PDF, right? Because I mean, if you're like me, you would like a little bit of explanation so you have a little more clarity, right? And always feel free to follow up with me. Give me a call, what have you, and I can explain things in greater depth. Okay, so in regards to websites, all our websites are custom and they are on the WordPress platform. Now, a question that I get all the time is, well, can I see some samples? And I totally get that because you probably have a certain idea in mind for your website, which one of the things that we always do is we will ask you, hey, what's the websites do you like? Because we have a staff of 45 people, that handle all sorts of things. And so the website team, they're very experienced. They do this all the time. So they're able to pretty much build whatever you like. So here are a few examples of different websites we've done. We've literally done thousands because we've been in business since 2007. So we've done a lot of website work. And very cool about us is that we are a Google partner. What does that mean? It means we build the websites according to Google's specifications or best practices so that people can find you easily on the search engines. So the design. So when we create the websites, they are responsive, meaning whether they're on a desktop, laptop, mobile device, cell phone, iPad, it doesn't matter. The website will actually change how it looks so that the person can see all the content. If you remember the websites from about 10 years ago, which unfortunately I still see some of these websites even today, when you look at them on your smartphone, you actually have to move it around because you can't see the whole thing. And that's a disaster. You definitely don't want that on your website. As I said before, the websites are structured for SEO. And here's another thing that's very important. They are built for speed. In other words, they load fast because you may have gone to a website and it just kind of buffers. Just, you get that little circle and then what happens? You leave. And you don't want a customer to go to your website and it just buffers because it's loading all these high data assets, and then they leave and you don't get the business. So those are 4 really important things that we handle. Now, like I said, the website is built for SEO, search engine optimization. What does that mean? Google has specific criteria that they look at, that if you're not in line with this criteria, you got problems. So fully search engine optimized. So there's a way that Google likes things to look, and so it'll show up in their database better. 100% mobile friendly. Like I said before, it's going to go on your smartphone, tablet, whatever they're looking you up on, they'll be able to find you, and your website's going to look great. Custom domains, custom emails, and hosting. What that means is that if you don't want to use like your Gmail, we can have a custom email and all those things already set up for you. You don't have to worry about it. We take care of it all. Social media sharing options. So you'll be able to, if you want to, share it on, different social media channels. Having a contact form, i.e. we call this a lead capture page, which basically, and I've seen a lot of websites that don't have this, where it has no way to actually capture the person's information or, request a quote or anything like that. We make sure that's right there. And we use there's a phrase called above the fold. So I've seen websites. I've been in digital marketing since 2009, and I've seen websites where they'll have the form, but it's way at the bottom, and it's not right where a person can find it, because you have like 5 seconds for someone to come to your website and see everything that they need. And if that contact form isn't right up there, if it's down at the bottom, you're losing business. If you need a photo slideshow, we take care of that. You'll get Google Analytics reporting, Google Maps integration. We always make sure that you're getting a high quality Google quality score, and we use advanced plugins. And basically what that means is, because it's a WordPress website, a plugin are just optional programs that you can add to increase the functionality and the things that the website can do. Okay, so we handle all that for you. We basically have 3 areas of focus when we're looking at, how people find your website, or how people find your business, excuse me. So we look at overall site content, look at keyword services, city, state name, NAP. NAP's huge. Okay, NAP is your name, address, and phone number on websites that match with Google listings. And I'm going to talk about that in a second, because that, believe it or not, if you don't have an accurate NAP, which a lot of people, they mess it up, it actually messes up their rankings. Image optimization, and what that means is, so when you see an image, like when you look at a website and there's a picture there, Google, there's an HTML code. Oh man, and I might get into the little nerdy stuff, so forgive me, but there's code. So the computer doesn't see the picture. The computer sees the code, right? That's how if you remember that old movie, The Matrix, they were always looking at that green code, right? So it's kind of the same thing. It sees the code. Well, the code, there's certain things that can be added to it to help your visibility. So if someone doesn't necessarily find you because of contact, they can also find you because of the image of your, the optimization of your image. Like I said before, you're mobile friendly, it's going to be responsive, and you get a very good web load speed on your sites. Like I said, mobile friendly. So these are different versions of other websites, but because they're on a cell phone, they appear different, right? And it says nearly 60% of services. This probably needs to be updated, because at this point, as per Google says 80% of searches are now on mobile devices. And the reason that's so important is now Google actually switched back in 2019, and we had to update all of our clients' websites. They went to what they call mobile first, or Mobi first analytics, right? And what mobile first was basically meant that if your websites didn't fit a certain type of like mobile responsive design, Google wasn't going to show them. Google recognized that most people are on their cell phones now searching for content, and not on their laptop or desktop computer. So the websites that are mobile ready, those get higher priority in the search results versus the other ones. Okay, so you could have a website that was ranking high, but then overnight, when Google switched things over, if your website didn't fit this criteria, you're gone. You're on page 10 if you're lucky, right? You're on page 1, now you're on page 10. And there's one cool thing about what we do is our clients, we're always doing updates continually, and when something like this happens, and Google changes, and I've seen Google make some major changes over the past decade, and since 2009, I've seen them make a lot of major changes, and we do that for you for free, or just it's all included, so you don't pay extra to do these updates. It's already done for you, which is pretty cool. All right. So oh, this is just test that we can tell how mobile friendly the website is. We do the keyword optimization. That's really a big deal. Keyword optimization, when people are searching for your business, there's going to be certain words that they're going to be looking for. They're going to look for location. They're going to look for certain services. There's certain things that they're going to look for, right? And we've been doing this for a long time. So when we're building out your website, we're making sure that we're using the keywords that Google, here again, we're a Google partner, so we can see on Google which keywords your target market is using, right? So when we're building the website, we make it keyword optimized so you get better rankings. Surface area pages, and that's always important because people want to make sure that you're going to service their area, right? So these are just some cool things about the websites that are important, that I think pretty much everyone should expect them. Now, NAP consistency is something that a lot of people miss. We don't miss it, but a lot of businesses miss it, where the listing in the Google My Business and your business directories needs to be exact. I mean, when I say exact, I mean to the dot, to the I. You can't have street on one and then ST period, street in the abbreviated. I've seen people where they do that, and from Google, because Google's, it's a machine, right? It's not like it's a person actually looking at it, because there's millions of different websites and things out there. When you have even something that's such a small variation, it will throw your rankings off. So having those that accuracy with not just Google My Business, but like I said, if we're doing your local business local SEO rankings, then these things like dovetail perfectly in helping you get better traffic, better results. And you can see how it shows where things are, but we're also able to help you get so you see how you're out here in like no man's land, right? But your competition is here. So we're able to actually change, update you so that you're actually showing up in the area where your business is. Okay, if that makes sense. And that's from doing the proper keyword, the proper ranking keywords. And these are just more examples of the same thing, where what we're doing is and everyone sees this, right? You Google something, you Google a particular website, a particular business, a particular service, and you have to have this accuracy. If this accuracy isn't there, they click on website, it just all fits. And people don't realize that these little things are really a big deal when it comes to the ranking of your website. Keywords, phrase, location. We call these long tail keywords. Well, that's for search. That's for searching. So it's not exactly the same thing. But basically, we're doing the meta tags. We're doing all the little stuff that needs to be done to make sure that your website is showing up the way it needs to show up. And with different services, different locations that you're taking care of. And what this panel just shows you is how on this page, what came up in the search wasn't the first page, but it was the page title of what they were looking for specifically. So here again, you're having multiple pages that are being indexed on Google, not just the front page, which actually gives you a larger footprint. The contact form, as I mentioned this before, this is like you need to have this on your website. If you don't have this on your website, you're losing business, right? So we always make sure you have this if it fits the business. If you're, some businesses it won't fit for most businesses. You need to have something like this where they can go to the next level with you. You're always going to get your analytics. You'll actually have a back office that you're able to log into and see what's going on with your website. Pricing. Now, if we spoke, the pricing is $169, but I know we're doing some things with the setup fees. Don't worry about the $795. It's not going to be that much. It's going to be much less. We've been doing some specials, especially ever since 2020. We've just kind of made some changes to make things easier on business owners. So don't worry about that. As far as the website timeline, within the first business day of getting started with us, you'll get a welcome call from one of our receptionists, and then you'll get they'll set up a onboarding call within the next couple of days, and that's going to be with your account manager, your marketing manager, and they're just going to go over your goals and things of that nature, so they understand exactly what you're looking for on your website. There'll be a questionnaire. Then within 3 weeks, they'll have your website draft, where you're looking at it, you're making sure everything is good to go, and then they'll make changes, and then within 3 to 4 weeks, it'll be published, right? Sometimes it can be 2 to 3 weeks, but it's always better to kind of err on caution, so if it were just a really hard job, if you would, you're looking at worst case scenario 3 to 4 weeks. Most likely it's usually about 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, and then of course website maintenance is each month. If you need to update pages, change stuff, do specials, each month you can change that up. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can give me a call at 252-327-4217, or you can also email me at mark@EZ-local.com, or you can go to my profile at EZ-local.com. That's it. Have a great day.